everyone, welcome back to my channel. This feels so weird because I haven't filmed a video in such a long time, but we are back. So I'm bringing it back today with a style Q&A, which if you don't know, if you haven't watched my style Q&As, well, I think I've only done one, maybe a couple so far, but my most recent one was my absolute favourite, and I want them to be much more of a thing on this channel because they are basically an amalgamation of my personal style advice, which may or may not be for everyone, and then also I fit in some outfits in, maybe like a few new in things. Like, it's just like a beautiful amalgamation of all the videos that I love on YouTube that are style related. So yeah, we're back with the style Q&A. I'm so happy to be coming back with this. So this Q&A is a bit of a winter theme. I really wanted to make it like party Christmas styling, but I'm actually just going to do a dedicated video on that coming hopefully next week. So do keep an eye out for that. I have a lot of fashion content coming your way this month, and I'm very excited about it, and that will run right up to Christmas as well. I might as well just tell you now, but so far I plan on doing Outfitmas. So keep your eyes peeled from the 1st of December. Outfitmas is coming your way. I am going to get started with a few questions that you guys have asked me on Instagram. There's been some in DMs and there's some in YouTube comments. I just kind of have picked my favourites out of everywhere and saved them. So if you're watching this and you have any questions for future videos, please pop them in the comments below, because I do kind of pick my questions holistically. So do leave them below, but bear in mind my next style Q&A will probably be either end of December or January, so it will either be like New Year's party themed or something relating to New Year styling, so fitness, or I want to say wardrobe, shopping your wardrobe. Let me know which one you prefer. Leave comments below, leave questions below, help your girl out. By the way, I feel like I should just caveat this. I had to caveat in the other video that I've been filming today. I'm extra weird today. I've had far too much caffeine. Excuse me if I'm a bit weird, excuse me if I can't talk properly. We're just dealing with it. So first question is going to be, I'm going to tackle two in one, which is favourite item in your wardrobe right now / the last thing you bought. So I don't know if you guys will have seen these. It's so weird to me that I haven't really made a video recently, so you guys won't have seen these at all. There's no vlog footage, there's nothing this would have been in, but basically I did a trip to Soho Farmhouse with Bare Minerals. It was amazing, like a big international trip, lots of like talks and really cool things going on. Justin Bieber was there, it was amazing. Oh my god, I just can't. I interviewed Hailey Baldwin. It was just a absolutely mad week. It was insane. I absolutely loved every second of it. But just before I went on this trip, it kind of started off in London. I popped into Selfridges and ended up coming away with these beautiful boots. I love them so much. I literally was like power walking through the shoe section because I was looking for a pair of heeled boots, and I power walked past them and then like literally backtracked, and I was just like, and I looked at the saleswoman and she was like staring at me, and I was staring at the shoes and I was staring at her, and I was like, give me 5 minutes. And I did have another pair of shoes in mind, but I just love these so much. They are, if I was a shoe, I actually think that I would be this shoe. They're just so beautiful. So they're from Valentino. They are definitely not cheap. I'm not even going to try and justify. They were bloody expensive, and I absolutely think that they are stunning. They are like the boss shoe of dreams. I will try and find some dupes for these. If you love these as much as I do, I'll try and find some dupes for these and put them in the info box for you guys. But they are just incredible. Oh my god. Yeah, those are the favourite in my wardrobe right now. They generally sit behind me on this shelf right here. I've had to replace the boot because that space was bugging me. What are you loving on Missguided at the moment? Any suggestions for purchases? The one thing in particular that I'm loving on Missguided at the moment, and these keep coming up in all of their Instagram advertorials, are these shoes. They are ridiculous. They're really hard to hold up because they're such a like sheer sock boot. I've kept these stuff just so you can see the shape of the shoe a bit better. I'll try and do a cutaway, but oh my goodness, they're one of those shoes that just from far away just look absolutely incredible. Like up close they're still nice, but they're not like breathtaking, but I just think from further away these absolutely, like, literally that is the word, like they take my breath away. When I saw them on Instagram, I just knew that I needed them in my life. Those are the one thing on their like kind of new-ish section that I'd seen this month that I loved, and I had to actually put in an order for them. Loved those. Okay, so I have a little group of questions about staple items, investing in items, and identifying gaps in your wardrobe. So I'm going to go through these now in a little group because I actually think these are really important questions and I kind of wanted to talk about them at some point. How do you identify gaps in your wardrobe and avoid unnecessary purchases? So when I do wardrobe clear outs, which will be once or twice a year now, it used to be much more often, but actually, even though I do a lot of hauls on this channel, like I always say to you, I don't keep everything, and I do generally tell you what I'm gonna keep and return. I'm quite sensible and I do try to only keep things that I really love. So every once in a while, when I do eventually do a clear out, I will identify the things that I'm kind of like clearing out and gifting to charity or friends and family, and see what those are in abundance, so I know what I'm definitely not wearing. And that really helps me to avoid making unnecessary purchases, but also not buying the same thing in a ton of different colours also helps me to stop making unnecessary purchases. And in terms of identifying gaps, I kind of do this as I go along, but if I'm getting ready, if I feel like, oh, I wish I had something like this, and I think that multiple times, then I know that that's something that I'm in need of, and I will make a note of it. And when I am browsing for styling videos or whatever, I will also keep an eye out for those types of items. What do you think is the most important staple to invest in? This is something I wanted to address because I think that it's really hard. I would love to sit down and do a video on key pieces that everyone needs in their wardrobe, but everyone is so different that I can't recommend like one staple for everyone because everyone's style is so different. So for example, my style versus my friend Kate Levy, she loves lots of like sheer knits and midi skirts that are like cute and flowy. And she wears a lot of flats, and she has a very specific style of like shoe that she likes. She loves a loafer, and that is her style. It's so clear. And my basics that I would recommend that everyone has, or my staple that I would recommend everyone have, won't be the same as what her basics are. So for me it's really difficult. But in terms of if you dressed similarly to me, I would say the one staple that you need in your wardrobe is a leather jacket. So yeah, that is my one thing that I would say if someone took my whole wardrobe away and I had to start again, that would be like the staple thing that I would be investing in and making sure that I had the perfect one. It's probably one of the first things that I would put back into my wardrobe, and it's such a key piece for me the whole way through the year that I would say that is my like one staple to invest in. But you don't even have to invest in it. I think it's just I think even if it's not investing money, but it's investing your time into finding the perfect one. The next question is, what is the one designer piece that you find it worth to invest in? Though I love bags, I wouldn't actually say they're the thing that I recommend to invest in, even though I do think that they're great, and my designer bags are basically as pristine as the day I got them. They last really well. I actually would say, for me, designer shoes have been the thing that I originally was so against spending money on because they go on the floor and you're basically walking them into the ground, and that's your hard-earned money that you've paid so much for. This year I started buying designer shoes in styles of shoes that I already had and owned and wore to death. So I replaced my Converse and Vans with designer trainers, and whereas before I'd be buying like a couple of pairs of Vans a year and really running them down, and then I'd buy like new Converse and I'd buy things in different colours, and basically doing that thing that I've now bound myself of doing, of buying the same thing in different colours. I stopped doing that and I just started investing. Like I invested in 2 pairs of trainers throughout this year that were designer, and I have worn them so much and they're still going, and I wear those 2 like every other day. I would say it's either my Gucci trainers or my YSL trainers, and they are just kind of worn on rotation. But that is the one thing that I have actually found, that I buy less shoes now than I did when I bought high street shoes, partly because obviously I'm spending more per pair of shoe, but also because my shoes are lasting so much better. My heels last better. So those are my one things that I would say actually I'm really glad I started spending more money on and investing more money in. How did you discover your style? Like, your look is very monochromatic chic. I love that term for it. That's a very flattering term because I'm quite self-critical of my style, and sometimes I'm like, I look like trash. Like, I actually look like trash. Basically, the way I would define my style, and the thing that I realised this year, is that actually you can split it down the middle. And I think this year I've been very accepting of my preferences in my style. So I realised you could literally split it down the middle of like on duty and off duty. So when I'm working, everything is very chic, black, monochrome, neutrals, lots of texture, everything is quite pulled together. And I would say it like borders on chic, but there's always something like a hoop earring or something like that kind of mixed in that makes it levels it down a little bit, or a pair of trainers to kind of like casual something down. But in general it's very monochrome and quite like pulled together. But then when I'm not working, I literally look like a slob. Like, I will be in a hoodie. It's always kind of like along the same lines where it's like neutral colours. It's very black still. It's still a little bit pulled together because there is like a colour palette, but I definitely go from being like very pulled together blazers, leather jackets, all of that kind of thing, to like leggings and hoodie that is like super oversized and baggy and gross. And it's hard to say how I got here, but I think I just, over the years, I've really come to be quite comfortable with what I like to wear when I'm working and what makes me feel very switched on, and like I am ready. Like when I put a lot of my outfits together for work, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to work now. Like, I put this blazer on today and I put my earrings in and I did my makeup and I was like, okay, now I'm ready to film videos. But then I come home, or like I go into my bedroom when I finish working and filming videos, and I get into a hoodie and leggings and I'm like, okay, this is my time like to be like chill now, and everything is a little bit more sports luxe. And I think these two halves have just kind of come around from years of dressing myself. I've been kind of like buying my own clothes and things like that since I was about 12, 13. But also like I've always had a very clear idea of this, like a few pieces that I liked. So I've always had denim jackets in my wardrobe, and I've always had leather jackets, and I've always loved wearing black. And I grew up in like the MySpace emo days or scene kid days, and everything was very black and studded, and that has always stayed with me. But yeah, having been styling for such a long time, and also having a very set routine and knowing what I need in my wardrobe and what I like having in my wardrobe, has all kind of come together, and that's kind of how I found my style. What is a great bag to invest in to carry your laptop and things for work Monday to Friday, but also on weekends? I've got this bag ready specifically for this, and you can tell that I use this bag for everything because it is disgusting, but I love it. This is my everything bag. I would say this is particularly good because you can fit like a decent sized laptop in it. It depends on your laptop size. If you've got a huge like 13-inch MacBook, then you are not really going to fit that in very many bags, to be honest. But for me, I have a really little MacBook. It fits in this bag, and this bag is the perfect bag for me work-wise, and then on weekends I use it for both. And I think it's because it's that mix of being really dressed up because of all the hardware on it, but then the shape of it and the slouchiness makes it very, very casual, but then the black kind of brings it back to being like smart and professional, and I just bloody love it. It was such a great investment, and when I first bought it, I genuinely was like, oh, maybe that wasn't the best idea. It's a very grown-up bag for me. I did buy it when I think I was like 24, 25, and at the time my style was very girly, and I've really grown into that bag and I adore it, and it's something that I can't imagine not having in my collection now. Can you tell me about one fashion thing that you kept for a long time? Okay, so I got this item out. I still own this, I still wear this. I haven't worn it in a while, so it is a bit of a state, so we're just gonna accept. This is from Zara. It's a pea coat. If you've been watching my channel for years, you will remember this. I will never get rid of this because I love it. The length of it is perfect for me. It cuts at just the perfect point. It's got lovely little like woolly sleeves, maybe not cotton sleeves, inside the actual sleeve itself, so it's very warm. It doesn't let any of your body heat out, and it doesn't let the cold air in, and it's just amazing. It's broken in so many different places. We've had to stitch the buttons back on. I say we because my dad helps me sew things. We've had to stitch the buttons back on so many times, but I love it. I bought it about 8 years ago from Zara when I just started working, I think, at Bupa. So it's been around for a very long time. So this is my oldest coat in my wardrobe. I'm very fond of this. I can't tell you how many times I've sewn buttons back on, stitched up holes. I absolutely love it. I will never ever be without this jacket. It's just gorgeous. It's like the perfect combination of being very light but also being very warm at the same time because of the way the sleeves are and everything. And it's also the one coat that I really don't mind doing up. Like, it actually does look quite cute done up, and like I was saying earlier, the length is just absolutely perfect, especially for like jeans and boots. I just think it's my perfect length. And with that, I'm going to move into the next section, which is kind of like a couple of questions in one, so I'm going to split it. But the first question is like key winter coats that you recommend people have in their wardrobe, and I've got a couple of options because obviously not everyone's style is the same, but these are coats that I recommend. And then it's like winter staples in general, so I thought I'd put together, because winter staples are really hard. Like, obviously you need coats and scarves and gloves, and that's very like boring. We all know that. We all know how to like dress snug. But I thought I'd put together 3 staple winter outfits for you guys so that you can see what I'm kind of wearing for this winter when it's really, really chilly. First up, coat recommendations. This one, everything is black, so you can't really see it very well, so I'll obviously do cutaways, but this coat is from Zara. I had a coat like this for a couple of years. I think I bought it back in like 2015 from Zara, and I loved it so much. It actually got eaten by the moths in our old flats though. When this one came back out, like Zara repeat designs quite often, which I love, because if something does get ruined or you need something in a new size, it's fab, because you can just, you know that at some point that will return. But this coat is just perfect. It's very kind of like oversized. It can tie in at the waist. There is a little tie for it. It feels so lovely, and it's one of those things that you can really layer underneath. It's a really good layering coat. I would say if you want to kind of like layer up during the winter, then this is the coat for you. This is the coat that I was talking about, which I've ever so brilliantly worn with an all black outfit. It's kind of like a waterfall kind of effect, and then it just falls really nicely. It hangs like, it's just cut really, really well, and I love the way it hangs. I just love the way it kind of like moves as well. It's just a really lovely coat, and like I said, Zara do this over and over again, just in slightly, ever so slightly different cuts and slightly different lengths, but it always comes with like a tie waist. It's always very much for muchness. The tie will be different each year, but the general consensus of the coat is that it mainly looks like this, and I just love it. It's a really classic style, and I just love it so much. However, if you want a coat that is just like, you can wear a t-shirt or a jumper underneath, and then you want to like really just ramp up the warmth, this coat is it. And it will come as no surprise to some of you, because I wear this all the time and everyone has one of these. That's why I wanted to recommend it, because I think that everyone has one of these for a reason. This is an aviator jacket. It's beautiful. This one's from Topshop. I have had a couple from Zara, but the Topshop one has always been my favourite. I would recommend whatever you wear most colour-wise underneath the coat to get the fur in that colour, because quite often these will molt a little bit. So if you wear a lot of black, get a jacket that has the black fluff. But if you wear a lot of cream, then don't get this one. Get one that has a light coloured fluff, because they will molt and you will end up lint rollering yourself for the rest of your life. So yeah, this one is my favourite. Absolutely love an aviator jacket. They are the warmest things ever because they have so much fur on the inside. So this is the black Topshop aviator jacket. Don't worry, I don't normally wear a crop top just like underneath this jacket like this. I was just getting really hot with lots of jumpers that I've been trying on for cutaways and things like that. But yeah, this is what the jacket looks like. I absolutely love it. I just can't ever imagine this not being in my wardrobe. I love the way the neck goes up really, really high. It doesn't really work today because I've got a bun in and it keeps hitting it, but you can kind of like do it up, and it keeps your neck really, really nice and snug, and it just looks nice whilst being very, very warm and quite like practical. But yeah, those are my 2 coat recommendations for if you're looking to add a new coat into your wardrobe. Those would be my 2 key coats that I think will stand you the test of time. I've loved these designs for a really, really long time, and I don't think they're going anywhere super soon, so they're quite like a nice classic style to invest in. Now we're moving on to the staple winter outfits, so I'll insert those now. Okay, so this is winter staple outfit number 1. I've got a long sleeve crop top on from Pretty Little Thing, and then I've thrown this Zara coat, which you will have seen earlier, over the top, and then I've got my Topshop tailored trousers, which I wear all the time. These are like such a key piece in my wardrobe and have been for a good couple of years now, but I feel like I've really like grown to love them so much this year. They're just perfect. And then I've got my YSL trainers, just any kind of neutral trainer or white trainer, even black would work really nicely with an outfit like this. And then to add a little bit of like interest to the outfit, I've just popped my Topshop leopard print bag on my shoulder, and I just think this works really nicely. And I also think this is like the daytime version, but you could literally pop on like a black pair of heels and this would be like a perfect nighttime outfit as well. So it works really, really well all around for winter. And then when it starts to get a lot colder, you can switch the crop top out for something that's a little bit thicker, tuck it in, and throw scarves and things like that over the top. So here you have winter outfit number 2, which you will have seen from me already potentially in a couple of different capacities, I think maybe on stories and stuff like that. But this long coat from Mango is one of my like key pieces in my wardrobe at the moment. It's like a big coatigan. It's a cardigan coat hybrid. I love it. I've worn it with like an all black outfit and kind of like my gym trainers, and it looks really good. But then I've also worn it, I wore it to Farmhouse recently with white jeans, my snake print boots in the grey, and then a cream jumper. Today I have got it thrown over this mango cardigan, which is kind of long, it's not too long, and then I've got a mulberry scarf. I've got a little nude top on underneath this. Normally I would have something slightly longer on, or like my nude top that I wore to Farmhouse, but that is in the wash at the moment, so I thought I'd improvise a little bit with this outfit. And I actually really like the layering on this outfit. Like I love having the scarf and then the cardigan, and they're all like slightly different neutrals, and then the big coat on, and I've just kind of like popped the coat off shoulder just so it kind of gives that effect of layering and you can really see that it's layered, and I really like the way that it looks. So yeah, I've popped it with my Gucci Dionysus bag just because it's a nude colour, and I think that that works really, really nicely. My jeans are from Topshop. I think they're Jamie jeans in white, and then my boots are also from Topshop. These are like the square toe snake print boots from Topshop, which I think might still be in stock, but I did actually see my grey ones in Selfridges the other day, just not with a red heel, with a different coloured heel. So I think they might be coming back in stock. Keep an eye out. I'll link if I can in the info box. Okay, and this is the third staple winter outfit. This is one that I actually wore quite a lot in various capacities back in January. I was very, very into having my hair like this in a slick back bun, this bag, like very kind of like sports luxe style bag, aviator jacket. This was just the dream when it snowed back in I think it's February, March. It kept me so warm. I love that you can you will have seen this coat earlier, but I just love that you can kind of like pull it up around your neck and do the whole thing up, and it was very, very warm. Let me show you what it looks like without the scarf. So yeah, that's what it looks like without as well. I think it looks very, very smart. Okay, and then finally I got asked what I'm loving from Topshop at the moment, from their new in. So I have two items. The first one is this gorgeous red dress. This is so pretty. I love the detailing on the shoulder. It's so pretty, and it goes down into like a bell sleeve, I want to call it. And then it's tie waist as well. It's kind of hard to show the dress on here, so I'll put a little cutaway in or a picture now. Okay, so this is the Topshop dress. It is a little bit puffy. Like these sleeves are absolutely enormous. It kind of, I feel like I should be playing like a king in some kind of weird play. It's a vibe. Yeah, I love the colour. I think it's so festive and very, very Christmassy. It's really, really gorgeous. It does come with its own like tie belt, but I actually just decided to use my own just because I thought it was a little bit more interesting, and it kind of added a little bit of something extra to the dress because it is quite like one colour. It has a little bit of texture on the shoulder, which is really lovely. I love the way it looks. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah, I did feel like it needed a little bit of something extra. And I also couldn't resist picking these up from the new in section. These are so cute. They're a little pair of burgundy shorts, and I really like these. I like the texture of them, and I just think that they'll look quite cool. I think they'll work really nicely in my wardrobe for the winter. And these are the Topshop shorts. I'm actually obsessed with these. When I first got them, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna be massive. They're really like oversized. But I actually love that. They're a really interesting like faux leathery texture, but yeah, I love them. They're really like soft, and the colour is just beautiful. And I've just paired it with this shirt, which is from Topshop, and these boots, which are also from Topshop. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, I think it makes a really nice outfit, and I love, love, love the colour palette. Yeah, it's just so perfectly autumnal. So yeah, that is what I'm loving from the Topshop new in section at the moment, and I think this is where I'm going to leave it for this video because my dressing room is now absolute chaos and this video is getting long. This is going to be one long ass video. I think my footage is now coming up to an hour, so if not more. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. Like I said earlier, my next style Q&A will be coming up towards the end of December / early Jan. So if you have any questions based around shopping your wardrobe or gym outfits, anything like that, then do let me know, because I think that will be like a good time of year to talk about those things, because I don't want to talk about like party dressing actually, like if I'm doing that video in January. So but if there's any style questions in general that are really not themed, then I'll try and answer those as well. So just pop everything in the comments below and I will make a note of them. I love doing these videos, so I really hope you guys are enjoying them as well. Let me know if there are certain elements that you'd like to see more of, so like more basic questions or more new in items I'm loving or more outfits. Just let me know what you would like to see, pop them in the comments, and I'll take the feedback on board because I love these videos. I love how bitty they are. Like there's so many different elements to them and I really like that. They take an age to film, but if you love them then I will continue, and I kind of love them, so I'm gonna hopefully continue. And I'm gonna go now because it's like dark and it's been a long time, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.